Imagine this. You're 17, trapped in a car. At a red light, your dad turns to you with a loaded question. Do you think I'm an asshole? You freeze, say nothing. Then, bam, his fist slams into your face, cracking bone blood, spraying butt. That's not the end. Years later, when he came crawling for help, my silence became the ultimate weapon. Stick around for the payback that left him shattered. Hey, everyone, welcome back to the channel, where we dive into real Reddit stories of injustice, turned into sweet, satisfying karma. If you've ever felt powerless against someone who betrayed your trust, especially family, and fantasized about the day they get what's coming, hit that like button. Right now, subscribe for more raw revenge tales, and let's get into this one. It's going to stir up those emotions. Growing up in my house was like walking on eggshells, laced with razor blades. Every day brought some form of physical hell. A slap for spilling milk, a shove for not moving. Cast enough or worse just because my dad's temper decided it was time. The air always smelled faintly of tension, like ozone. Before a storm, and my siblings and I learned early to keep our heads down, our voices low. But this one day when I was 17 stands out like a scar that never fades. I was counting down the months to college, my golden ticket out of that madhouse. Freedom was so close. I could taste it like fresh air after being locked in a stuffy room that afternoon. The sun was shining, bright birds chirping outside our window. A rare perfect day. My dad, in one of his unpredictable moods, barked from the living room. Hey kid, come with me to the store. We weren't allowed out without parental supervision. Like prisoners on parole, so I jumped at the chance. No hesitation, I grabbed my shoes, heart lifting a bit at the thought of even a short escape. In the car, things felt normal. He wasn't yelling, just driving with the radio humming low. For a moment, I let myself relax, shoulders unnodding as the breeze from the cracked window brushed my face. We picked up groceries, nothing special, milk, bread, the basics, and headed home. That's when it shifted. We pulled up to a red. Light cars idling around us, and out of nowhere, he turned to me, eyes narrowing like he was sizing up an enemy. Tell me something, he said, voice casual but edged with that familiar venom. Do you think I'm an asshole? My stomach dropped. A cold wave crashing over me. Of course I did. After years of bruises and fear, how could I not? But saying it? That was suicide. I turned my head slowly to look at him, mouth dry, searching for words that wouldn't ignite the fused silence. Stretched thick and heavy, then in a blur, he yanked both hands off the wheel. His fists flew, knuckles connecting with my nose in a sickening crunch. Pain exploded white hot and blinding like fireworks behind. My eyes, warm blood gushed down. My chin soaking my shirt, the metallic taste filling my mouth. I blacked out, world tilting into darkness. When I snapped back, we were moving again, the light green now, horns blaring faintly in the distance. He was screaming, face twisted. In rage. That's what you get for calling me an asshole. You ungrateful little shit. But I hadn't said a word, not one. My silence in his twisted mind was admission enough. I clutched my face, tears mixing with blood, heart pounding like a drum in my chest. Why? Why now? I thought the world blurring through swollen eyes. Would this nightmare ever end? Or was I doomed to carry these invisible chains forever? We got home and I stumbled inside Mom, glancing over but saying nothing. She knew better than to intervene. I cleaned up in the bathroom, staring at my reflection, nose-cribbed eyes already bruising purple. The pain throbbed with every heartbeat, a constant reminder. But worse than the physical ache was the betrayal. This was the man supposed to protect me, and here he was turning a simple car ride into a battlefield. Days blurred into weeks, the bruises fading, but the memory etching deeper. I pushed through senior year applications to college, my secret lifeline. Every rejection letter felt like another punch, but when acceptance came, elation pure and sharp, like breaking the surface after drowning college. Was my haven miles away, I breathed easier, made friends who didn't flinch at raised. Voices studied hard, but the past clung like a shadow. Holidays meant going back facing him. He'd act like nothing happened, laughing at dinner, slapping my back, proudly. Hypocrite to the core, manipulating the narrative in his head. 1. Christmas, I mustered the courage over pie, I said quietly. Dad, remember that day in the car? The punch? He froze fork midway to his mouth, then laughed it off. What are you talking about? You're imagining things, girl. Stop making up stories. His denial hit like a fresh blow. Gaslighting me in front of everyone. Mom shifted uncomfortably. Siblings avoided my eyes. False hope shattered. I thought maybe time softened him, but no, he doubled down, arrogant as ever. Frustration boiled inside. How dare he erase my pain? But that was the spark. No more years passed. I graduated, landed a solid job in engineering, stable, far from home, built a life, apartment, friends, even therapy to unpack the trauma, hands still. Shook sometimes remembering, but I was free, Dad. Age caught up, Mom passed from illness, siblings scattered. He was alone, health failing, arthritis twisting his hands, bills piling up. One day the call came, his voice weaker than I'd ever heard. Daughter, I need help, can't manage the house anymore. Come stay or send money. Internally, I replayed that red light, the crack of bone, his yells, doubt flickered. Am I becoming him if I refuse? But no, this was justice, not vengeance. I planned it simple, one visit face to face. I drove back, heart racing like that fateful day. House looked smaller, rundown. He opened the door, eyes lighting with false warmth. Good to see you, kid. We sat in the kitchen, coffee steaming. He rambled about needing cash for meds, a place to crash. I let him talk, building the tension, then calm as steel. Dad, do you remember asking if I thought you were an asshole? And punching me when I said nothing? He blustered. Never happened. You're delusional. I stood, voice steady. Silence was my answer then, it's my answer now. I walked outdoor, clicking shut behind me, his pleas echoing. Wait, you can't leave me like this. But I could, and I did in that moment. As I drove away, his face in the rear view, twisted in disbelief, mouth, agape hands clutching the doorframe. It all crashed down on him. No more denial, no family buffer. He was alone with his echoes, humiliation burning hotter than any punch for me. Relief flooded and warm and cleansing like rain after drought, triumphs not glee. I'd taken back the power he'd stolen. No screams, no fists. Just the quiet cut of walking away. Karma doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers, and that's when it hurts most. In the end, this wasn't about destruction. It was about reclaiming my voice, even in silence. Justice isn't always loud. It's the boundary you set, the cycle you break. If karma teaches anything, it's that actions ripple back, and sometimes the best revenge is living free. View if that story gave you those justice chills. Smash the like button and drop in the comments. What's the most poetic karma you've witnessed or dished out? Hit subscribe and turn on notifications for more Reddit revenge gems. You won't want to miss the next one. Thanks for watching. See you soon.